Hello students, welcome to chemistry class. Today the topic is theories of reaction rate. We have already discussed chemical kinetics part 1 and part 2, the rate of reaction, rate constant, integrated rate reaction, order, molecularity, pseudo order reaction. Today we will discuss theories of reaction rate. There are two most important theories in which one is the collision theory and other one is the transition state theory. The first theory is collision theory. What is the collision theory? A chemical reaction occurs only as a result of collisions between the reacting species. During such type of collisions, atoms get rearranged by breaking of old bonds and formation of new bonds. What is the meaning of collision? If two atoms are interacting with each other and then the energy and orientation of the atoms are nearly same, then what will happen? Then the formation of product will take place. Okay, for the formation of for a chemical reaction, A must collide with B. Always remember. Okay, students, if if a chemical reaction occurs, so what will happen? A must collide with B, then the formation of AB will take place. Okay, the formation of AB is only possible if the molecules A2 and B2 collide. There are two types of collisions we will get, in which one is the effective collisions and other one is the ineffective collisions. What are the effective collisions which bring about the formation of product are called the effective collisions. Effective collisions is Effective collisions is possible when the two atoms having the proper orientation and having almost same energy. Okay students, this is the effective collisions. They are, see the effective collisions, like here is the NO2 molecule, here is also NO2 molecule. They are having same proper orientation and having nearly same energy. They are approaching to each other. Here is the molecular approach and they are colliding with each other. They are colliding with each other and this is the formation of bond formation. Product N2O4 is obtained. Okay, this is the effective collisions. Okay, why? Because of the energy is almost same and having proper orientation. But in case of this NO2, there is not a proper orientation. They are having the different energy. That's why there is not possibility of the formation of bond. So there is no formation of product will take place. Okay, these are the effective collisions and these are the ineffective collisions. Suppose you have one atom like this and one atom like this, one atom like this, and this atom is also, and they are colliding with each other. They can collide. They are having the similar shape. It is almost something big, but I am trying to make equal size. Okay, supposed to be these are the equal size. If these are the effective collisions. Okay, if this is the one atom and other one is this atom, so suppose it may be collision, it may collide or not. No, it may not be collide. Why? Because of the shape, the orientation is different. There is a small atom and here is big atom. Energy of a small atom is very small and energy of big atom is very higher. Okay, that's why there is not possibility of the formation of bond. These are the ineffective collisions and these are, I am making again because of they are not, I was trying to make similar, see, like this. Okay, that's why these are collide. Okay, but these are not collide. They cannot be collide with each other. These are the two types of collisions: effective collisions and ineffective collisions. The next one is the collision frequency. What is the collision frequency. The total number of collisions which occur among the reactant species per second per unit volume is called the collision frequency. See, there is the low concentration, there is the few collisions. If the concentration is low, few collisions will occur. But if they are having the molecules, the atoms having higher concentration, then the more collision will take place. Okay, here is a few collisions just because of the low concentration. Here is the more collision just because of the high concentration. And what is the collision frequency? It is denoted by Z. It is denoted by Z. With increase in temperature, the average velocity of the molecule increase. Okay, if we will increase the temperature, the velocity of the molecule also increases. Therefore, the collision frequency also increases. Always remember, temperature increase, velocity increase, then collision frequency will also increase. I mean to say, number of collisions will also increase. But it is known that the collision frequency is directly proportional to the square root of the absolute temperature. Okay, the Z is directly proportional to the square root of the absolute temperature. Okay, so thus if the increase in the rate of reaction with increase in the temperature were due to the increase in the collision frequency. Always remember, if the rate of reaction is increasing, why? Because of the temperature increasing. And why temperature increasing? Just due to the increase in the collision frequency. The rate should increase only by 1.016 times with 10 to the power 0 rise in temperature. Okay, so what we will get? What we will know? What will have to know? If the Z increases, temperature increases and rate of reaction also increases. Okay, if the collision frequency increases, temperature increases. It is the square root. It is the square root of the temperature, and rate of reaction, rate of reaction will also increases. Okay, these are the terms simultaneously. Okay, so next point, there are two important barriers for a reaction. For a collision, there are two important barriers. Like I am taking the examples of your exams. Okay, there are your sessional exams are the very good example for the barrier. Okay, suppose there are first barrier is the energy barrier. Okay, the first barrier I am taking, which is the energy barrier. What is the energy barrier? For collisions, certain minimum amount of energy is required. The minimum amount of energy which the colliding particle must possess in order to bring about the product formation is called the threshold energy. What is the meaning of threshold energy? It is your energy. It is your energy to do work. Okay, this is your energy. This is known as threshold energy. So what is the threshold energy? Minimum amount of energy which the colliding particles must possess in order to bring about product formation is called the threshold energy. There are what is for a collisions to be effective, colliding particles must have energy more than a particular value. Okay, at a ordinary temperature and pressure, most of the molecules may not possess energy equal or greater than threshold value. Okay, so this is the minimum amount of energy which must possess colliding particles, and we can say that we have minimum amount of energy to cross the energy barrier for the formation of product is called the energy barrier. I am taking little example. Suppose here it is quite related to your exams like this. Okay, here the reactant A. Here the reactant A. Suppose all of the students are here. Those which are having the threshold energy, they are doing the work, they are doing very work hard, and they are doing they are having good preparation for their sessional exams. Here is your sessional exams. This is your exams. Sorry, I am writing very slowly because of new gadgets I am using. Okay, suppose this is your exam. So you, all of you, if there are 50 molecules, if there are 50 students in this class, all of you have to work hard and you have to go here for to cross the energy barrier for the formation of product. Here is the product. This is product. Okay, here is the product. So you, all of you have to cross the energy barrier for the formation of product. This is called the threshold energy. This is called the collision, we can say, and A is converted into the product P when you will cross this energy barrier. But it is not possible. There is 50 atoms, not 50 atom will in the formation of product. Why? Because of some of them are not using his threshold energy, some of them are not doing work hard. So fraction of molecules, only fraction of molecules is available to cross the energy barrier for the formation of product. This is the I am taking the example. This is the energy barrier. So there are two types of reactions. Already you know the one is the threshold energy and other one is the one is the endothermic reaction, other one is the exothermic reaction. In case of endothermic, suppose this is the endothermic reaction, we have to supply the heat or energy from here, we have to supply, and energy is absorbed. But in case of exothermic reaction, suppose in case of exothermic reaction, reactant, product formation and energy is released. Here is the reactant, here is the product, and extra amount of energy is also released. Here is energy is released, but here is energy is absorbed. This is the endothermic reaction, this is the exothermic reaction. Okay, there is also energy barrier. So all of you have to utilize your threshold energy to cross the energy barrier for the formation of product. The other barrier is the orientation barrier. Other barrier is the orientation barrier. What is the orientation barrier? All the molecules having higher energy than the threshold energy lead to the chemical reaction, but collision is important. Okay, I mean to say all the molecules having the higher energy, it should not be less energy than the threshold energy. It should be equal or greater than threshold energy, but it should not be less than the threshold energy. Then the formation of the product will not take place. Here is also I am taking the example. In some cases it is found that even if a large number of colliding molecules have energy more than threshold energy, still the reaction is slow. This is because of the improper orientation of the colliding molecules at the time of collisions. Okay, there are 100 atoms are not going to take part in the formation of product. Only fraction of molecule is available for the formation of product. Just why? Just because of why? Because of improper orientation. Because of improper orientation. So again, I am telling you again. This is the A. This is the A. Here is the B. Here is the also B. Here is the proper orientation will take place. Proper orientation. Okay, this is the proper orientation. Okay. If there is one is having like this and one is having like this and other one is having here and other one is having here. Okay, so this is the not a proper orientation. The possibility of a bond formation is not very good. So this is the improper orientation, this is the proper orientation. Okay students, so this is the two important barriers for a reaction. For the reactions, collisions have proper orientation. Okay. So what we have concluded? We have concluded reactant must collide to each other, the first condition. Having proper orientation, second condition. Third condition, energy must be equal or greater than threshold energy. Okay students, this is the chemical reaction formation. How we calculate the rate of reaction? Relationship between the rate of reaction and collision frequency. Okay, the specific reaction rate K is equal to the number of effective collisions per ml per second. If Z is the collision frequency and F is the fraction of molecules, have fraction of collisions which are effective. Okay, so we can write rate of reaction is equal to dx upon dt is equal to Z into F. Further, according to the kinetic theory of gases, the fraction of molecules having energy more than a particular value at a temperature is given by if F is equal to E minus EA upon RT. This is the fraction of molecules. Substituting this value of F in equation in this equation, so what we will get? K is equal to, first of all we will get K is equal to Z into E minus EA upon RT. What is the EA upon RT? EA upon RT is the fraction of molecule. We can substitute Z in from A. This reaction is also, further we will study this reaction. Okay, so what is the reaction of, in case of collision frequency? This is the rate of reaction. K is equal to Z into E minus EA upon RT. Okay, what is the effect of temperature on reaction rate? Temperature, what is the effect of temperature on the reaction rate? Temperature has marked effect on the rate of reaction. For most of the reaction, the rate of reaction becomes nearly double or even more for 10-degree rise of temperature. The effect of temperature usually expressed in terms of temperature coefficient. So what is the temperature coefficient? Rate constant at T plus 10 degree upon rate constant at T degree, 298 Kelvin. So rate of reaction depends upon the frequency and fraction of the molecules having effective collisions. So clear, this is clear, it is clear to you. What is the Z? Z is the collision frequency, F is the fraction of the molecules. The value of F is the E is equal to E minus E upon RT, and put this value in this equation, we will get the rate of reaction in terms of collision frequency. It is similar to the Arrhenius equation. I am giving you that Arrhenius equation. The next is the transition state theory. What is the transition state theory? Which is also known as a activated complex theory. Collisions of molecules having energy less than the threshold energy do not form product. Always remember, if collision of molecules having energy less than threshold energy do not form products. I mean to say, if you will not use your threshold energy, product formation will not take place. At room temperature, most of the reactant molecules have energy less than the threshold energy. However, if energy is supplied in the form of heat, light, the reactant molecules absorb this energy and their energy becomes equal to or greater than threshold energy. Hence they start, okay? Hence they start reacting and changes into product, okay? When we will supply the energy or heat, okay, always remember, it means that between reactant and product there is an energy barrier which must be crossed before the reactants are converted into product. What is the activation energy? Very important. What is the activation energy? The the minimum extra amount of energy absorbed, I am repeating, the minimum extra amount of energy absorbed by the reacting molecules so that their energy becomes equal to threshold value is called activation energy. In other words, we can say that activation energy, I am writing in very short, activation energy is equal to threshold energy minus average energy of reactant, average energy of sorry, it's very bad writing because of I am using the keyboard. Okay, so what is the activation energy? Is the threshold energy minus activated average energy of the reactants. So this is the activation energy. This is the activated complex is formed in case of collision theory. There was a cross energy barrier, orientation barrier. Here is the formation of, I am showing the formation of Hi molecule. Here is H2, I2, and this is the formation of activated complex, and the formation of product is possible. Okay. What is the path followed by reaction? The concept of activated complex. In order that reactant may change into product, they have to cross an energy barrier. It is believed that when the reactant molecules absorb energy, their bonds are loosened and new loose bonds are formed between them. The intermediate thus formed is called activated complex or transition state complex. It is unstable and it is unstable and immediately dissociate to form a stable products. Okay, so this is the formation of Hi molecule. This is the activated complex is formed. After some time, we will get product. Okay. This is the activation energy. Activation energy is equal to the threshold energy minus energy possessed by the reactant. Suppose here is the initial state, here is the reactant, and here is the transition state. Activated complex is formed. That's why we have to cross this activated complex for the formation of product. Here is the energy supplied, which is the activation energy. What is the activation energy? The minimum excess amount of energy. Okay, the minimum excess amount of energy absorbed by the reactant molecules so that their energy becomes equal to threshold value. Okay, here is the two types of energy. If I am working at I am teaching you and I am activator. You use your threshold energy and I am giving your activation energy. Okay, so the both energies are available and to cross energy barrier for the formation of product. This is the activation energy. There are two exothermic and endothermic reaction. I have already told you. This is the activation energy, energy of reactants which are having the threshold energy. This is the, I have told you the exams. You have to cross the energy barrier, which is your exam, formation of products, and energy absorbed. Here is the energy absorbed. This is the endothermic reaction. This is the exothermic reaction, energy of reactant having the threshold energy, used activation energy, cross the energy barrier, formation of product, and energy is released. This is the exothermic reaction. Very important, Arrhenius equation. What is the Arrhenius equation? Arrhenius came up with an equation that demonstrated that the rate constant of different kinds of chemical reactions varied with temperature. Quantitatively, the effect of temperature on the rate of reaction Hence, on the rate constant K was proposed by Arrhenius. The equation is K is equal to AE minus EA upon RT, where A is the pre-exponential factor, A is the constant, and frequency factor we can say, because it gives the frequency of binary collisions of the reacting molecules per second per liter. EA is the activation energy, R is the gas constant, T is the temperature, and T is the absolute temperature. The factor E minus EA upon RT, this one gives the fraction of molecules having energy equal to or greater than the activation energy. Okay, what is the EA upon RT? Gives a fraction of molecules having energy equal or greater than activation energy. That energy of activation is an important quantity as it is the characteristic of the reaction. Using the above equation, we are using this equation and taking the log from both sides. What will be the equation? Okay, I am writing what will be the equation. Ln, taking the log from both sides, natural log is equal to L n A minus EA upon RT. This is the equation taking the logarithm on both sides. If the value of rate constant and temperature T1, T2 and K1, K2 respectively, then what we will get? We are having this equation, ln K2 upon K1 is equal to minus EA upon R, 1 upon T2 minus 1 upon T1. Okay, this is the Arrhenius equation. How can we calculate? I am giving you. There are two equations. Ln K1 is equal to ln A minus EA upon RT1, or ln K2 is equal to ln A minus EA upon RT2, and subtracting equation. Okay, subtracting equation 2 minus 1, we have 1 from whatever you want, and log K2 minus log K1, and we will solve it, and what we will get? We will get the formula. Okay, we will get the ln K2 upon K1. This is ln is a natural log. You have to change it in your log base 10. So we will get log K2 upon K1 EA upon 2.303 air. Okay, if we are taking log, what will happen? Log K2 upon K1 is equal to EA upon, if we are taking 2.303 R ब्रैकेट में T2 minus T1 upon T1 T2. This is the equation when we will take natural log into base log 10. Okay, this is the equation. This is an example of your question. The rate constant for the decomposition of hydrogen iodide was determined at two different temperatures. Here the two temperatures are given. Okay, K1, K2 is given. So you have to calculate the activation energy. Very important question. And one more question is important. The rate of reaction becomes triple when the temperature increases from 20 degree to 50 degree centigrade. Calculate the energy of activation. So this is all about theories of reaction rate. Collision theory is not very successful theory because of this is applied only for the simple molecules, not for the complex molecules. But transition state theory, activated complex theory tells about both simple or complex molecules. So students, this is all about the collision theory and activated complex theory. Thank you.